Sim racing is truly the common man's motorsport, and before I made videos on Beaming.drive, it used to be my primary focus. Longtime viewers will remember the many hours I put into Gran Turismo Sport and 7's ranked online modes in a bid to get to the World Series. As far as any organised leagues go, however, the last time I would have competed in one would have been May 2020, and the last time I ever won anything was December 2019.
Andy just got on the inside, hit me heat there, looked, yeah.
So the question stands. Have I still got it? Now, originally when I thought of this video idea, I was just going to find some small Beaming sim racing league to make a one-off appearance in. And then I thought maybe I'll try low fuel motorsports, as that is also ranked. But no, I am going straight for the big leagues here.
That's going to cost him a bit of time and potentially a couple of places as well. So he might lose out to Sean Duffy here, who's still trying to minimise the damage.
The Passer Ginetta E Series is a series that is officially supported by Ginetta as a stepping stone to get into the real-life Ginetta G40 Junior Series. In other words, these guys are all the real deal. Some of them race cars in real life, but a lot of these guys all know each other from the junior ranks of karting. My good mate Jacob Ellis.
Well, in a spot, Jacob Ellis now so late on the brakes, dives to the inside, the car squirms around on the brakes.
Who you guys may or may not know as Quilop, actually told me about his participation in this series in the first place. So I paid the entry fees to make an appearance in the last 2 races of the 5-round championship. This is how it went.
Follow the car.
The Ginetta G40 is a pretty hard car to handle. A small mistake and it'll understeer or oversteer very dramatically. But after hours and hours of practice, I noticed the laps where it didn't make any mistakes. We're only a couple of tenths off the guys at the very front of the field. This did not make me any less nervous, however. But I sat through the race briefing.
Apply and again move once to defend and not in the braking zone, please.
And so qualifying began, where I proceeded to drive straight out of the pits, straight to the second corner, and do this.
Ah, that is embarrassing.
Fortunately for me, the broadcast was slightly delayed in starting, so my little pirouette straight out of the pits did not get caught on the live stream.
The difference between the classes, if you look on the timing tower on the left-hand side of your screen, the number boards with black backgrounds are the all-comers class. The ones with orange are in the scholarship class, and if you're looking at the cars, if they have a day-glow yellow sun strip, as we'll see on Dominic Jones's car there, that's one of the visual indicators, and the purple rear number plate, that shows they're in the scholarship class. If you're looking at an all-comers class car, they don't have the day-glow yellow sun strip, much like an Andrew Bailey, and the rear number plate has got a black background, so it's a quick way to pick between the classes. Car off on the right.
I set a fairly respectable time for a debut driver, and I started P8, but I was on course to set a P4 or P5, which is actually, looking back now, quite unbelievable. The nerves were really getting to me, however. A lot of friends and family were watching this broadcast, and you can see me praying in the corner that the race will go smoothly. Mainly praying that I don't take anyone else out, but yeah. However, as the race got underway, I immediately sprang into race driver mode and forgot about all my nervousness.
Devlin doesn't get the best of starts, but Nathan immediately over to try and defend. He's aware that Charlie will try and go for that inside line. It was a good call to come over and defend, because Charlie Devlin has got to the outside. Just wandering over to the middle of the road is Nathan to try and cover off any further attack. Almost 4 wide on the run towards turn 1. Gets very, very congested indeed, but Charlie Devlin all the way around the outside for the race lead as we head through turn 1. That's going to be a brilliant move if you can make it work. It'll be the...
I was trying my best to find an opportunity in front of me. However, in all my years of sim racing, there's one weakness that has always plagued me: consistency.
Balls.
I had to keep my chin up, however, and really focus to try and make one of the best recovery drives I could. And that I did.
Sneaky.
As for Andrew Bailey, he's trying to work his way through and past Sean Duffy. That will be for a position in class. Just about manages to find the Ginetta G40 Juniors width up the inside as they head through Hugenholzbocht. It's then on to the outside. He will see Jacob Armour up the road and will want to try and work his way onto the tail of Jacob Armour. Then Scotty O'Connor before he'll find the next all-comers class cars. but Andrew Bailey, good move. It was a bold move up the inside, just about managed to find the space.
What I learned in doing this race, that understanding the track really well really helps with catching up with drivers that are way in the distance. It also helps with driving away from drivers you've just overtaken, which is something I always struggled with. The result? A fairly respectable recovery back to 10th.
Class, Jake Critchley and that of Andrew Bailey round out your top 10.
As I'm bracing myself for race 2, my nerves are no better than they were in race 1. However, I had a newfound confidence in my own abilities that I was able to get back that far up the grid, and all I needed to do was focus and not make any mistakes. However, in this race, a slightly unusual situation was about to plague the entire grid.
And Zandvoort. So the race gets underway. Luca Erdos unfortunately picks up a drive-through penalty. It's a brilliant start for Charlie Devlin, almost too good, which makes you think, has he gone slightly too early there? So Nathan Williams sat there in what is second place for now. Albert Henriksen Bell giving Gabriel Norse a big old push on the run in towards turn 1, but Charlie Devlin, he's 2 seconds clear. We know there's a slight network issue. I've got a feeling, no, Charlie Devlin unfortunately has had to retire. There was a big incident on the run through turn 1, it would seem. Lots of drivers shuffling down, and yes, Charlie Devlin unfortunately finds himself in another incident. I think that's just maybe a slight hardware issue on his part, and all of a sudden jumping in and out of the order, that caused quite the substantial collection of Ginetta G40 juniors on the run through sector 1. Nathan Williams defending his lead. Questions over, are we going to see a safety car? And yes, we are. So the safety car has been deployed. Drivers will see that and immediately slow their pace.
After that little incident, I was up into 7th, and I was in physical touching distance of the top guys. And this was actually the first time in all of my sim racing that I ever had to do a safety car restart. However, my hopes for a podium were quickly quelled by another unusual situation.
What's he doing?
Opts for the pit lane on this time. Nathan Williams still holding the pace. It's going to be a 15-minute sprint, something like that. Has Nathan Williams gone already? Yes, he has. Nathan Williams has gone nice and early, so Peter Cornelius is...
What is he doing, man?
Into the pit lane. There's been contact through that. Yes, there has. There's been a couple of cars, and I think I've got caught out slightly through Hans Ernst Bocht. Just caught sleeping slightly by Nathan Williams' early start. So that has well and truly given us a 4-car lead train, and then a couple of other drivers, maybe not quite so quick on the uptake, that has dropped them right the way down the order.
Yes, that's right. Someone left their qualifying fuel in. So now, unless there was another safety car, obviously a podium was out of the question. But I could still make the best of what I had. And actually, at this point, I didn't yet understand how the class system worked, and didn't realise I was actually looking at a podium in class. Even though everyone's car is identical, the drivers who are eligible to continue on to Ginetta's official sim racing series are actually classed separately to those who aren't eligible. And given that only 2 drivers from the all-comers class were in that front 4 pack, it meant that whoever from the all-comers class could lead this pack that I was in would be up for 3rd place.
Race, you will be able to lap down mode. So be aware of lap cars and do.
Oh, come on.
Maximise the momentum coming out of the corner. Andrew Bailey all the way around the outside of Lucas Chatterton. If he makes that work, that'll be a brilliant move, but it'll then be the outside for the final corner, the outside for turn 1. He's still there or thereabouts. He's got some good momentum. Callum Williams has got to pick a side here. Is he going to try and push Lucas Chatterton into the lead, or into the lead of this train, or is he going to try and push Andrew Bailey? Andrew Bailey doesn't need it. He's already there. Brilliant move from Andrew Bailey. That puts him inside the top 5 now, currently 3rd in class. So the battle that we're watching between Andrew Bailey and Callum Williams is the battle for the final step on the all-comers podium.
I was now spending this race constantly watching my mirrors for Callum Williams and what move he might make next, but also trying as hard as I could to just drive away from him.
Andrew Bailey has got that place and has just started to drive away. He opts for the slightly wider entry to try and slingshot his way.
But unfortunately, I kept making the slightest, tiniest mistakes, and he kept coming right back up to me. And inevitably, he did get past me. Come the last lap, however, I decided to absolutely hyper-focus and really try and catch this guy. But as I followed him into a mistake, any real chance of me getting ahead of him before the end of the lap was truly quashed. So what though? I had just done my first ever competitive league race in nearly 5 years and finished 4th in class against professional karters. I think the technical term for that is not bad.
In the scholarship class, Callum Williams will round out your top 5 and also round out your all-comers podium. So 3rd place points for Callum Williams as we head towards the final round at Brands Hatch. Crucial point scoring round for Callum. Andrew Bailey chases him to the line to finish 4th in class, 6th overall.
So, very good evening, everyone. Welcome to the final round of Ginetta E-Series 2025. Thank you all very much for joining this final round. Very much appreciated.
To be honest, I've never liked Brands Hatch, mainly because I suck at it. Turn 1, being blind into a big downhill like that, yes, it's thrilling, but I could never get it right. I don't mind the Indy circuit that much, but the GP loop through the forest, the flow just never sat right with me. For this race, they had something called the Cup.
We are running the Cup format this evening as well for the final time this season, as you would expect. We tried it at Alton Park, went very well indeed.
In this Cup system, selected drivers who had purchased a one-off entry, like myself, would compete to see who could get the most points in this one event. And for this race, I entered properly with a team and livery, which was noticed by the commentator.
There is Andrew Bailey joining us for this final round. It's very pretty indeed. We're not going to miss it. Bright yellow. So Andy undoubtedly will be making sure he captures as much of the action this evening as possible.
I just want to give a shout out to Gabriel Norris. This dude won every single race in class in this entire season, including the 2 that are about to happen. And because he's in the scholarship class, that means he's between the ages of, I believe, 13 and 15. Dude's younger than 15 and he is wiping the floor with all of us. The kid's an absolute animal. I hope I see this kid on the telly one day because he really deserves it. Qualifying, I set a fairly decent lap, but I was running low on fuel and I pitted, thinking I'd get back around to the start line in time to make one more proper good lap, and I didn't. So the best I could hope for was 10th place. However, even though I had a newfound confidence in the car and in my own abilities since the last race, this race didn't go well. Like, at all.
Go the light. Scotty O'Connor picked up a drive-through penalty for jumping start. Nathan Williams will lead the field into turn 1. It's a good start, a good second phase from Charlie Devlin. That will put him on the outside in towards Paddock Hill Bend. That's a risky place to put your car, but at the compression it will pull the front axle round, which it does.
Lap 1 was thrilling. There was some great battles all the way through lap 1, and I even made this class overtake into Graham Hill Bend inside, going 3 wide.
Charlie Devlin, Gabriel Norse up into second place. So Nathan Williams leads from Gabriel Norse.
And I was really staying on the tail of the guys in front of me.
What, 4 or 5 wide in the background as the field fan out.
But then going into turn 1 on lap 2, I did this.
Oh, fuck.
And after getting going again and picking up the pace and fighting back for where I was, I did it again.
Oh, you bastard!
And after pushing back again, well, you can see where this is going.
Uh-oh, I'm gone, I'm gone! Oh, no!
All of that resulted in me finishing a lowly 14th place from my 10th place starting position.
And Andrew Bailey towards the start-finish line for the final time in his debut race. We'll finish in 14th place.
No matter. All I had to do was focus on not making any mistakes, and I knew I would finish decently well, certainly better than where I started. So for race 2, I was determined to get myself back into the top 10.
Finalised results, Albert Henrik Tumbel, can he get a good start? The first phase goes well for Nathan Williams and for Gabriel Norse. Our top three are very equal off the start. Charlie Devlin, I'd say, has got the best start. Once again, draws himself level with Nathan Williams.
Lap 1 was still quite a chaotic one, just like the last race.
Milben, they touched, they rub, but they just about managed to get through. Nathan Williams comes over to defend from Charlie Devlin. Side by side for the race lead. Gabriel Norse looking all the way around the outside of Albert Henriksen Bell. The Ellises in the background of Harry Ellis and Jacob Ellis, not only fighting over bragging rights, fighting over cup honours as well. Over the inside of Nathan Williams goes Charlie Devlin. There's a bit of contact between them. Nathan Williams in eagerness to get back onto the circuit.
This very, very aggressive move from Leon Olakoyu really set me back.
Albert Henriksen Bell drops into second.
Oh, you're pushing me out.
Nathan Williams. Will Johnson absolutely there in fifth place. So once again, we've got sort of 2 for the lead, 3 for the final step on the podium, and then a bit of a gap back to the field thereafter. Andrew Bailey has lost a couple of positions off the start.
But as I settled into a rhythm, the pace started to come to me, and I was doing some great battling.
Briados rounds out your top 10, so we've got, what, 6 cars all fighting over.
This is the aforementioned Jacob Ellis, the guy that got me into the series. This is his brother, Harry. And this is what they did next.
Those final few spots inside the top 10, but the Ellises come together, spinning.
So that little spat between the brothers brought me back into contention for the cup, and also gave me a handful of positions.
Then Andrew Bailey got caught up in that one, so too did Jacob Armour.
As Jonty Restrick chased me into the forest, I proceeded to make absolutely no mistakes whatsoever.
Recovered to 11th. Andrew Bailey picked up the places that he lost on the early stages of this race, finds himself in 11th place, and it seems, Harry Ellis has got a bit of damage that maybe he's dealing with, and limping that car back to the pit lane. It doesn't look too happy in turning right. So Harry Ellis loses yet more places. Jonty Restrick with a big look up the inside.
Yeah, never mind. I stuck with the strategy of just managing my pace and mainly focusing on not making any mistakes, relying on the mistakes of others to make positions, and it actually worked rather well. However, Luca Erdos was following around and he was keeping me smart. He wasn't making it easy for me. He was mounting serious pressure as I was trying to catch up with Jake Critchley. Eventually, after pushing for many laps, I was right there behind Jake, and I had an opportunity to get past, with Luca not too far behind. I'm just going to let Jack Worrell take it away from here.
I think both carrying damage from their incident together a few laps ago. Andrew Bailey loses out to Jake Critchley, but immediately looks for the cutback, dives to the inside, does Andrew Bailey. The 601 machine on the inside. By the time we arrive at Paddock Hill Bend, should have that position made. He does, even by the time we get to the start-finish line. So Andrew back up into 9th place, holding on to 5th place in the all-comers class, and that's what he'll be hoping for. A top 5 finishing class, a top 10 finish overall. Be a very successful debut evening for Andrew Bailey. Race 1 didn't quite go his way, but looking for redemption in race 2, it would seem.
Also, watch Erdos behind me. He makes an absolutely massive move on Critchley. I quite enjoyed watching that in my rearview mirror. As the laps went by, I was slowly creeping up to the rear bumper of Leon Olakoyu. Right now, I was just barely in position to actually win the cup. However, as he crossed the line to set a new server personal best time, my pea-sized brain thought it'd be a really good idea to read the exact time he did at that exact moment, instead of just focusing on my driving. As a result of this mistake, Luca Erdos caught and passed me again, and I was running out of time to make up that position. This was critical, with Jacob and Harry Ellis in 14th and 15th respectively. This means either one of them could have taken the win of the cup off of me. I had to make this position by the end of the race. With 1 lap left, I was fighting with everything I had, and with just a few corners to go, I saw an opportunity.
Oh, here we go, it's the last lap. Yes! I knew that would put him off.
And there we go, my first sim racing entries in nearly 6 years, and I think I did quite well.
Andrew Bailey over the start-finish line to finish in 9th place.
I just want to give a huge thank you to Jacob Ellis for helping me get comfortable with the car, and a thank you to Tom O'Farrell for actually helping me get all set up properly with the series. And if you've made it this far, Thank you very much for watching. This video took a very long time to edit. I'll see you guys out in the track.
But from us all here at Perfect Acceleration Sim Racing, myself, Jack Werrell, Tom O'Farrell, who again has been hard at work as our broadcast director, Mick Sutton, the series organiser, and our race director and safety car driver. For the first time this season, we didn't see him out on circuit, Peter Cornelius, for all the work he does in the background as well. It's been an absolute pleasure. We hope to see you all very, very soon, but we wish you the best. Bye-bye.